A couple of months ago, I put up a video of a Z18 class 5-inch gauge running on compressed air. And since that time of that video, there's been a fair bit of progress. As you can see, I've made the running boards and the smoke box. And I'm currently working on the boiler. Now, the boiler is made out of 3mm copper. And so far, I have bronze brazed the front throat plate and the butt strap and the tubes into the inner firebox and some parts of the foundation ring. And here you can see I'm just lining up some things to work out where the fire hole is going to transfer onto the inner firebox. And as you can see, there's a paper template from a CAD drawing that I did showing all of the holes. And this has been brilliant for filing out the shape for the fire hole ring. This is a bit of a 3mm copper that I annealed and then rolled up around a steel jig that I'd made. And this is 40mm across here, the same size as the ID of the fire hole ring. And I simply just cut out the development, rolled it around it, and I had to cut a little bit more off because either of my maths was a bit generous, but anyway, it's worked out. So I ended up drilling and riveting. As you can see, there's some rivet holes there, and then bronze braze this, and a bit of a convert to bronze brazing. It means when you're building a boiler, you can do sections of it with bronze, and it's pasty. So if there's gaps, it fills up the gaps. But also when you go to silver solder things later on, it means that there's no risk of overheating and cooking things. It does mean that you do need to be careful with the heat that you apply, but if you're careful about it and methodical and you plan things, it can go really well. It also helps having the proper heating gear and fire bricks. So the smoke box has been made all out of brass, and I used some templates to make that. Here is the chimney. Now, with the chimney, there's a bit of a story. I ended up making two chimneys. Or actually, I had one that I made previously for my 27 class that you may have seen videos of on YouTube. And I thought that might be okay, but it turned out that this was a reject from that project. It was a little bit too small. Turns out it was too small for the 18 class as well. Now, some people might ask, why am I building an 18 class? Well, my eldest daughter really likes Thomas the Tank Engine, and you guessed it, it's going to get painted up as Thomas the Tank Engine down that is currently down at Thilmere. And I have even 3D printed a face. I don't know how long that's going to last though, because it's made out of plastic after all, but we'll see how we go. Might have to do some work on that. So there's the chimney. That's all been machined out of cast iron, solid material. And here is the dome, and that's been machined out of cast iron as well. Two pieces. I didn't have a piece big enough to do it in one go, but the bottom piece, I had a piece of cast iron big enough to do that. And the top piece, well, I had plenty of 70mm cast iron and bored it out and used a jig to machine that. The jig that I also used for the chimney. And basically, the jig consists of a bit of steel with a plug at one end, plug at the other end, and some nuts to hold it all together. And you end up putting it on the lathe between the chuck and centers, and it means you can hold everything without wrecking the job that you've done. The base of both of those objects was fly cut with a fly cutter on a milling machine. And yeah, that's turned out really well. So things are progressing quite happily, quite steadily. I need to make a few more things, but the boiler is certainly coming along. I haven't taken any video of the heats simply because it's just too intense. You're just trying to manage things, but as you can see, all the holes for the bushes have been drilled and the stay holes have been drilled. And these have all come off CAD drawings that I've done, working out stay patterns and so on. And using formers that have been made off the CAD patterns as well. to make things really, really straightforward and easy. So hopefully in a couple of months, this will be finished. That is the plan. We'll see how we go.